A father wrote me and said, I want to tell you an exciting story about our daughter, age 6. How fun. It's fun for me to hear about what kids are learning. The father continues, on Saturday, we walked to the convenience store for snacks, and I gave each one of the kids enough money for a lollipop. On the way, our daughter said that she wanted an ice cream instead, and I told her that an ice cream would cost as much as 2 lollipops. So she would have to choose. 1, get a lollipop this time, or 2, have no treat and get an ice cream next time. She'd have to save. Well, good for you, Dad. Hooray for a courageous parent. Right here is where we fail as parents. We are afraid of their disapproval. We're afraid of a 4-year-old or a 6-year-old kid looking at us and going, bright people, educated people, and they're paralyzed. I once knew a CEO who called me, and he was describing how his house was terrorized, and he and his wife were helpless, and this child just ruled everything. And I asked the parent, how old is your child? This is a CEO of a major corporation. He said, 4. This is common. We're terrified of their disapproval and that look of disappointment or I hate you. So don't you feel bad if suddenly you're confused about how to respond to your children when they do or say something. Parenting is a unique job. It requires unique skills. I'm Greg Bear, and I'm going to coach you. You'll soon know the principles that will change the way you parent, and you are going to be experiencing relief, joy, and hope. You're going to want more support as you keep doing this until it's second nature, till you don't have to work at it. And there are 2 free ways to get that support. Hit the like, subscribe, and bell buttons, and you'll see more practical application through these videos of the principles that I'm talking about. You'll see it happen live. Second, go to reallove.com often and access a library of resources that will resolve your worries so you can become a confident, creative, and effective parent. Now, back to the story. He said, we're talking about the ice cream and the lollipop, she actually chose to get the ice cream next time that she would have to save for. No lollipop this time. And I said, okay. And I thought to myself that the kids, who were 6 and 4, were ready to start learning how to be responsible for money. Right then, my wife and I decided to give them a weekly allowance. And he discussed some amounts, and he said, is that an okay way to do it? I said, sure. Why not? He continues, we gave them their first allowance yesterday, and then today we went out to get little pouches for them to hold the money in. They're so excited to have their own money. Yeah, kids love to own stuff. Our daughter understands what she can do with it. Our son just sees the money as cool little pieces of metal that he can trade for lollipops. He'll learn. With a father like you, he'll learn. Back to the story. Once we were at the store and the daughter saw her brother picking his lollipop, she got a mopey look on her face because she wanted to save for the ice cream. While we were leaving the shop, she stood by the entrance with the forlorn look of a starving man, hoping that you'll give him a piece of bread. And this is what terrorizes us as parents. We can't have that mopey look on our children's faces because we'd be responsible for causing them pain. Oh, we'd be monsters. Wrong. This dad understood that. He continued with his text. I said to her, time to go. And then she did, in addition to the mopey look, she did the whiny shoulder shake. So she'd perfected the whole whiny deal. And Dad says, I said to her, you're whining. You have your money. You can go in and get a lollipop right now. Nobody's stopping you. Or you can save it for an ice cream later. What do you want to do? How many parents are this brilliant? Not many. As opposed to going no, no, or yes, yes to everything they say, you give them choices. What a concept. Dad says she actually turned back to take a final longing look at the lollipops, like she'd never see him again. And she gave a big sigh and said, ice cream later. Kill me. Brilliant. 1, You taught delayed gratification. 2, responsibility. You did not rescue her and get her an ice cream because of the mopey face. I want an ice cream, you abusive father. You taught her that she always has a choice. You taught her that victimhood doesn't work. There is so much to teach our children with every single word we speak to them, every single facial expression, and it's all encapsulated in this father's brief series of texts. It's always about the parents in your family, in the world, and what will lead you there. Unconditional love does. Real love.